Alright, welcome back Twitch and YouTube to just another game, Master Detective Archives Rain Code. And what is the clue leading to the true culprit? Is it the doctor's notes? The missing file? The death threat? Which is a possibility, or the photo? Photo of a young man and woman. The woman is wearing a white lab coat. Perhaps she's a researcher at the lab. The man cannot be recognized because of the bloodstains on the picture. I think this is it. I read the death threat and now I'm double guessing myself, but I'm pretty sure it's this.
The bloodstains photo found in the hallway near the lab. There was a person pictured with a woman. That was the hitman's target. The real culprit behind this case. The blood obscured the person's face, but I know who it is. It could only be one person. It could only be...
How do you know? That person in the photo is the hitman's target. And who is it?
It's...
No! Stop! Don't you dare say another word! No one wants the truth!
I don't understand, but... Good luck, Master! I'm always by your side, haunting you!
Thanks. Who is the true culprit? Yomi Hell Smile, Fink the Slaughter Artist, or the Chief?
Damn it!
Huh?
Chief... Yako...
Huh? Why? Why is Fuzzhead here?
So the clue I mentioned in the Shinigami puzzle. The Shinigami puzzle we went through had pairs of letters, one for Amapel and one for Fubuki. In addition to that, it had a double Z. And if you combine that with the FU from Fubuki, you could have chosen Fuzz.
Chief Yako was the only person attacked by the hitman in the lab. In other words, the Chief was the hitman's target. But Chief Yako tried to hide that photo by tossing it behind the houseplant. He hid it knowing it'd be an important clue. And that's because the person in the photo is Chief Yako himself. It was given to the hitman so he'd know his target, and the Chief tried to conceal it. Which means the blood covering the face on the photo was likely done on purpose.
Hold on, Master! Are you serious? You're really saying Fuzzhead is the culprit? Really? I don't buy it. You think he actually put together this elaborate murder? He's knocking on death's door just for this?
I don't want to believe it either, but there's no other way.
Don't forget this stuff.
Battle with Vivia. The anemic vampire is going to throw questions at you back to back. Press the correct button when you think you've got the correct answer. You'll take damage if you avoid all assailing assaults. Oh, excuse you. There you go.
The phantom vanished. The truth has been mostly exposed, and the labyrinth cannot function much longer. Anything I do now might not matter, but I'll do it anyway. Because it's something I must do. While the chief takes his final breaths.
Vivia.
Yuma. If Chief Yako is the culprit, then what about that death threat?
Dr. Wesker must pay for his sins with his life. My blade shall be his atonement.
Why would the chief send it? If he was the killer. Answer me, Yuma.
Why did Yako send the death threat? To make it seem like the doctor was in danger.
By sending that note, everyone would believe the doctor's life was in danger, which was necessary for this sequence of events to take place. All the master detectives headed to the secret lab because of that note. Chief Yako brought them here to take advantage of their abilities and murder the doctor.
Huh? Their abilities?
But the death threat wasn't sent just to the detectives. The peacekeepers received it too. What was the point of that? Why put them on high alert? What is the truth behind it all?
Why was the death threat sent to the peacekeepers? He used the disguise ability.
The note was sent to the peacekeepers because they were also part of the plan. When the peacekeepers received the note, they dispatched a lot of their personnel to the scene. The master detectives were able to take advantage of the commotion to enter the facility. They did it by disguising themselves as peacekeepers.
It would be convenient to have a lot of peacekeepers around if you want to get into the lab disguised as one.
This is why the peacekeepers also received the death threat.
Hey, you still want to do this? It's not too late to give up.
I am well aware of the danger. I haven't gotten this much exercise in a long time. But this is something I must do. I can't leave the chief like this.
Vivia.
Let's continue, Yuma. So, everyone disguised themselves as peacekeepers and entered the lab. You were already at the lab, and that's where you met up with the chief, right?
Yes, but we decided to split up after the blackout occurred.
Wait! That blackout should have caused a commotion. If we leave now, the peacekeepers will see us. I knew it. This place is crawling with them.
What do we do?
I'll draw their attention to buy some time. In the meantime, you two hurry to that doctor.
The chief said he'd buy us some time, but he actually went and hid inside the airlock.
Was the blackout part of the plan. So the one who caused it, was that also the chief?
Who caused the blackout? Dr. Weska? Yako Furio? Think the slaughter artist.
The chief was with me in the security room at the time of the blackout. It's impossible for him to have caused it. So the only person it could be is the hitman. It must have been part of the job. He instructed the hitman to cause a blackout at a specific time.
But why?
It made us think the doctor was in danger, so we'd go check on him. We used Amapal and Fortes to get through the tight security system. Chief Yako had it all planned out from the start. He used us to break through the security so he could kill the doctor.
So, Master using Amapal and the Sheltered Skank's time rewinding ability at the panel chamber? That was all part of Fuzzhead's plan?
The only way to get past security was to use both Amapal and that Forte. The chief knew we'd figure that out.
I think it's more like he trusted us. He trusted that we would arrive at that conclusion.
I'm counting on you both. See you later.
Trust? How could this be a trust thing? He was clearly taking advantage of you all. He gathered the master detectives using a fake death threat, then used their Fortes to commit murder. What a scumbag! He used you all to get away with murder! Out of all the criminals I've ever met, he's the worst coward of them all! Master, grab that coward and...
Enough! Why did it have to come to this? Chief Yako saved me. He took me in. I had lost everything, even my memories. Sure, he may have been a little pushy at times, but still, I really admired him. So, why? Why did you do it? Is this about the woman in the picture? Chief, please tell me! Or
There's no point in asking. That's just a mystery phantom. It's not the real Fuzzhead. Master, watch out!
The phantoms are a reflection of the same people in the real world, right? Which means he should hold the same thoughts. The photo behind the houseplant, I don't know what the chief was hiding. But that photo must have been dropped by the hitman after he was done with it. The chief picked it up and used his own blood to obscure the face. He knew the truth would be exposed if that photo was found, so he hid it behind the potted plant. He left his blood on it, almost like he wrote a dying message. But in truth, it was actually a secret he wanted to keep hidden.
Master, I think you know this, but to exit the mystery labyrinth, you will have to eliminate the culprit.
eliminate? The chief?
Are you really going to do this? After all the mysteries are solved, the chief back in the real world will die. But you saw yourself, Yuma. The chief is already knocking on death's door. Will you still bury him in the name of truth?
The chief took me in when I had no memories, or anyone to turn to. I trusted him from the bottom of my heart. Now, I have to end his life?
You know, I liked it, surprisingly. The little bit of peace and quiet I found at the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
Vivia, you knew the truth behind this case from the very beginning.
I had a hunch. Because of my spectral projection, I knew the chief had been planning something for quite some time. But I pretended not to see. I admired him and the world he had made.
That's why you threatened me, and were so uncooperative in the investigation.
I knew you would reach the truth eventually, Yuma. But I tried my best to keep you away. Exposing the truth won't save anyone. Neither the chief nor you.
Master, you've already come this far. You've got to finish this. What'll happen to the other master detectives if you die here? Didn't you say you wanted to expose the truth and save everyone?
Vivia, you told me that the time would come when I'd have to prove my conviction. The conviction to accept the truth, no matter how cruel it may be. Now is that time, isn't it?
Yes, and yet you intend to continue. If you're prepared for it.
Hey! You better not get in Master's way again!
Yuma, do you remember when the chief's soul called out to us?
Huh?
Yeah, the truth is cruel. Never in history has the truth been known to be kind. But you know what? Turning your eyes away from the truth and living a lie is harsh too. In the end, you can never look away from the truth. As long as you live, you must face that pain. So really, what's the point of worrying so much about it? When you're lost, believe in your own heart. That way, even if things end up all wrong, at least you can stand proud.
I always averted my eyes from the truth. For my own sake. My own peace and quiet. But I could never say with confidence that I was proud of myself. In the end, I was just running away from everything. That's why I entrust this to you, Yuma.
And trust what?
You signed a pact with the Death God in your desire for the truth. I want to see your conviction. As long as you don't stray from exposing all truth, I believe you'll be able to face it, cruel as it may be. I want to see it through to the end. It's why I followed you here. In that sense, we're accomplices. If you must bring down the chief, then I will lend a hand. I won't avert my eyes any longer. I too want to live with my head held high. Because I too am a detective.
Vivia.
When you're lost, believe in your own heart. That way, even if things end up all wrong, at least you can stand proud.
I understand, Chief Yako. Thank you for everything you've done for me.
The deduction denouement. If we're being completely honest, we kind of knew from the beginning that it was going to end up with him dying. He didn't drop, a lot of death flags, but he was always a tragic figure. He talked a lot about how he had lost everything. The city had taken everything from him. So, you knew at some point it was going to be exposed what he had lost. At the same time, this case is kind of carefully crafted to make the player feel some responsibility, because unless you look up the solution or you've played this game before, and I actually looked to make sure that out of curiosity, really, I actually looked to see if the path changed at all, because the whole point of the game of the panel being randomized is to force the player, or at least the whole point of making the player think that it's randomized is to force the player to use Fubuki's forte, which means at some point you have failed, and at some point you have killed the chief. Without knowing that. And so when it comes to this point and you realize what you've done, it's really there for, more emotional damage, which is actually pretty clever in a really annoying way. Really fucking irritating way. But if you're gonna have a detective game and you're gonna have a he was a gambler, he was a drinker, he was a smoker, like he was the quintessential tragic detective. And so it was unlikely that he was gonna survive to the end of the game. And no, there's no Shinigami this time, but I will say it is worth watching the execution. There is a different execution. I'm trying to remember if there is another God Shinigami sequence before the end of the game. I'm not sure there is, to be honest. The second last chapter is always a doozy. Who is the culprit?
Step right up, step right up! Peacekeepers, a CEO, a research doctor, a hitman, and master detectives! 2 dead bodies, but lots of shady characters! Truth bombs are about to be dropped! Time for the deduction denouement!
The victim in this case is one Dr. Weska. This incident features a sinister and meticulously detailed plot centered on the doctor.
The old geezer was holed up inside a lab at Amaterasu HQ. He was a total hermit in the critical lab with a totally overkill security system.
The culprit made thorough preparations beforehand to break through that system.
Boom killing a shut-in is hard work. The humane thing to do is to reintroduce him to society first.
Yeah, with that out of the way. Posing as a hitman, the culprit sent a death threat to the Peacekeepers, the detective agency, and the research lab. At the same time, they contracted a real hitman and had him infiltrate the research facility.
They spilled the beans about Gramps being in danger to lure both the Peacekeepers and the detectives to the lab.
You see, the Master Detective's presence at the scene was an indispensable part of the plan. It was how the culprit gained access to the research facility, after all. The hitman infiltrated the lab exactly as planned. And we arrived with Makoto at the same time.
Stuff went down, blah blah blah, and Master got locked up by that Yomi guy.
I was rescued by Tetsuhiko and the culprit, who were disguised as peacekeepers. With the real peacekeepers rushing around, the culprit took advantage of the turmoil to sneak into the lab. But after catching up with them, the power suddenly went out, separating the culprit from the rest of the group.
The blackout itself was caused by the hitman, right? And getting separated was all part of the culprit's plan.
Right. They used the blackout as an opportunity to hide in the vents in the airlock chamber. Afterwards, we headed to the critical lab to check on the doctor's condition, just like the culprit directed us. But since that lab used a separate power supply, nothing strange had happened.
His whole "the doctor's in danger" spiel was an act, huh? He made a fool of you, Master! What a dick!
But then, someone attacked the doctor while we were trying to talk with him over the intercom. We had to get into the doctor's lab.
At that time, the old geezer was playing games with us. And he even tried to kill you and the others with a trap! That bastard wanted to use your dead bodies! He really got you there, Master!
I don't see why you're so happy about it. The doctor's sham made the case even more confusing. Even if we tried to get to the doctor, the critical lab was guarded by tight security. The only way through was by using an Amapel. The culprit rode on it by emerging from their hiding place in the airlock vent and jumping onto the robot's head.
All aboard the Amapal Express! First stop, a shower of toxic gas! Humans can't protect themselves against the gas, but since it's not instantly fatal, it wasn't a problem. Next up, the panel chamber and high voltage shocks! One wrong move, and it was insta-death! But thanks to that sheltered skink, we got all the continues we could want. So we managed a perfect clear! The critical lab was finally breached!
The culprit had anticipated we would get through this way. They also knew they would die over and over as a result. The camera feed was affected when the culprit jumped on. I should have realized what was happening.
No use crying over spilled blood. On to the next thing! Where were we? Oh yeah! To open the door to the doctor's lab, Amapel had to reach out its arm and hit a switch. And when the door opened wide enough for a person to squeeze through, the killer snuck inside.
Amapal can't follow any new commands while its arm is extended, so the culprit didn't show up on the camera.
Then, the culprit boom killed the old geezer using the same knife as the hitman. Gramps was pretty much deaf, so a backstab was easy peasy.
Then, the murderer tried to leave the room before Amapal entered. But they knocked the robot over on the way out.
They then went back into the airlock chamber vent to wait for you and the others to go by.
We entered the critical lab and found the doctor's body. The culprit used that time to get out of the vent and head for the hallway.
That was when they were found by the hitman. And stabbed.
They'd already been in contact with a toxic gas, so death was inevitable. However, dying by gas would expose them as the doctor's killer. So they hired the hitman to kill them, thereby concealing any involvement.
I guess that means the killer completely trusted in the Master Detective's capabilities. They knew those powers would get them close to the doctor. But why were they willing to die to hide the crime?
I can't say for certain. Was it his pride as a detective? Did he simply not want his friends to know? Whatever it may be, I'm prepared to face the truth. The culprit who murdered Dr. Weska, and even included his own death in the plot. Yako Furio! It was you! I will expose the truth! But why? Chief Yako, why? Why didn't you ever talk to us about this? Why did it have to end this way? Why didn't you tell us? Is this really what you wanted? Can you even hear me?
It doesn't matter who it is. Exterminating the real culprit's soul and destroying the mystery labyrinth. That's why I'm here. Surging bloodlust. Overflowing despair. The brilliant soul of Shinigami shall expunge this cursed case! Death to all deplorables! Ruin to the vile mystery labyrinth! Starry, shining rainbow, glorious stellar spiral! The Resto Grand Master's naivete must be rubbing off on me. I mean, not even I hated Fuzzhead. That's weird. This mystery labyrinth is falling apart slower than usual.
So yeah, I like that execution. It starts out like her usual execution, but instead of the over-the-top anime explosion, she basically comforts him into death. So not every mystery is actually solved. There's a couple of clues that aren't accounted for. I'm not gonna say there's too much more to this mystery labyrinth, but there is a hidden secret behind that. That being his motivation for one. But he knew a lot. Just like he had to know the fortes of the detectives to set up the plan, he would have had to know the layout of the secret lab. He would have had to know everything about the secret lab.
I wonder why.
We shouldn't let our guards down yet. Do you really think we're done here?
Huh?
Do you have all of the fragments of truth that you sought? If so,
Somebody
we
helped.
could just leave, right?
We've never figured out how he got the map or who Anonymous was.
No, we haven't uncovered everything yet. No, there are still some mysteries remaining.
Huh? What's remaining? I read the culprit's soul already. I know it's slow, but this place is starting to come down.
Maybe it's not directly related to this case. I don't want to leave any questions unanswered, for Chief Yako's sake. Please, help me, Shinigami.
Oh, fine. I can't say no to you, Master. You know I can't resist helping you when you rely on me. First, we need to reveal whatever mysteries are left. That should open up a new path. Lay it all out, Master!
I really do like that they gave Shinigami a special execution for this. And it does show a bit of her growth.
Try to solve it lickety-split!
The remaining mystery is Dr. Huesca's. Well, it's gotta be Dr. Huesca's death. There's a lot of mysteries around that. We know how, but we don't know why. Or it may not be death. I don't
You can
see
do
a
it,
D.
Master.
Hang on a sec. Dr. Huesca's. Alright, actually, let's take a hint. Just threaten this, what? Maybe his motive?
Tick-tock,
That would fit, I
tick-tock,
think.
tock.
Nope. Huesca's something. I don't remember this actually.
Time.
I forgot this puzzle.
You can do it,
Email.
Master.
God damn it. Okay.
Go, go, go! Go, go, go!
I'm not gonna have enough time now. But it's the fucking emails. God damn it. I was overthinking it.
That's right! Great!
Yeah. I gotta start over. Restart from the beginning. I won't be doing that. There we go. I even talked about what the mystery was, and for some reason, I didn't even fucking think about email being the answer.
That's
No.
huh?
All right, let's go.
Please.
Oh, me first. That's
Fortunately, we weren't too far back. Man, that's the only game over we've had in this. I'm a little disappointed. Well, I'm not gonna get that S ranking for sure.
try to solve it. Lickety split.
Sorry, that was kind of gross. That is one thing that's kind of the downside of spinning the barrel slower is I don't think I have a way to speed it up. Oh no, I do have, I can still speed up. It speeds up the timer too. I kind of wish I just had it spin at normal speed. It wouldn't have helped in that case because it would have sped up the timer at the same rate.
Go.
All right, the email.
Go, go, go.
But holy shit! Still not the saddest thing. I mean, I get is the saddest thing Chiaki? Or is there something that actually tops Chiaki stuff?
Oh, it's a secret dungeon! The labyrinth must be breaking down so slowly because the identity of the culprit isn't the only mystery. But it's still definitely coming down, so you better hurry, Master!
Yeah, got it.
If I say yokai, go ahead and tell me.
Yuma, I'll follow you to
I'm
the
curious
end
now.
until you reach the truth.
Thank you.
I mean, you have to tell me if you raised my curiosity. To the hidden dungeon. Oh, yep.
Do you regret this, Yuma?
I'd be lying if I said I didn't.
I've been thinking. Remember what the Chief's soul said?
Makes sense.
If you keep that in mind while knowing who the true culprit is, doesn't it seem like he wanted you to find the truth? Even though he was the culprit himself.
Why's that?
Maybe there's a hidden truth behind this case, and the Chief wanted us to find it.
There could be some anonymous person involved.
If Anonymous is part of this case, they must have a motive for killing Dr. Weska as well. The doctor knew about the secret dealings and was planning to flee from Kanai Ward by himself, after all. Could it be that Anonymous took advantage of Chief Yako by instigating him to commit murder?
Yes. It's unlikely the Chief just happened to kill Dr. Weska right as he was planning to flee.
If that's true, Anonymous isn't just involved in the case. They could be the mastermind, the Grey Eminence.
Gray's my 13th favorite color!
Why are you telling me that now?
The case is already solved. All these crimes were committed by Yako on his own. Now, get out of here.
What was that voice?
Someone's trying to stop us from solving this mystery. Now we know. The mastermind is somewhere within this labyrinth.
Get out. 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 Get Get out!
What's with this guy? Creepy!
We can't let this stop us. There's one more truth still hidden here. We have to find it. We need to know why the chief committed this crime.
Right. We'll figure this out.
Black or pink. Like I said, Psycho Pink is a trope, TV trope. Everything's a TV trope. But yeah, I would assume it's either black or pink. Glitched deathmatch. Special round, go.
Get out.
Note the text.
Solved. Solved. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out of here. Go away.
All right, I'm gonna have to repel the state.
Damn.
The statement is solved. Is solved.
Get out. The case. Solved. Solved.
That claim doesn't hold up.
The robotics researcher. That would be a twist.
No, it still isn't solved yet. I will discover who the mastermind is. I will solve every mystery. I will not turn away from the truth.
Photo, death threat, lab map, artist night.
Yako's the culprit. Everything was caused by Yako alone. He hired Fink, the slaughter artist.
It should be obvious if you think about the lab map.
He even killed the doctor.
Who Anonymous is.
Yako acted alone. So what about this Anonymous? Even if they did, you'll never find out who they are. There is nothing connecting Yako to Anonymous.
The lab map.
Flash through this mystery.
There is only one person
Chief
with
Yako
access
tried
to it.
hide this floor plan along with that photo of himself. It was strange for him to have this in the first place.
Oh, I don't know if the capital letters actually spell anything. I just like the dialogue is screwed up.
This is the link between Anonymous and the Chief.
Kill you. In the name of justice. I'll kill you. Anonymous doesn't exist!
Damn it, that's actually fast.
Yako wanted everything!
What do I got again? Ah, there we go.
Who cares about some map? It doesn't prove a damn thing!
Nope. Only one with the key, and that Justice Line puts a nail in the coffin. Refuting that statement is going to be tough. The only one who had the key to this.
Go!
Too fast.
Anonymous doesn't exist! Yako wanted everything! Who cares about some map?
Also,
It doesn't
he
prove a
had
damn thing!
Anonymous is starting to have his cadence, his
Nothing
speech
to do
patterns.
with the doctor's murder!
Nope. Not that one either.
But
Not just this part, but in general.
Anonymous doesn't exist! Yako wanted everything! Who cares about some map?
You can hear it in that part
Doesn't prove a damn
in
thing.
particular.
It has nothing to do with the doctor's murder! Yes. Anyone can find it!
Okay, there we go.
this is the truth!
Oh, so it's kind of taking on a
The floor plan the chief
Yomi-like
had was from the
shape.
lab storage.
But that room was locked. No one could enter it. It was completely sealed off. Only the director of the Peacekeepers had access. So, the only person who could have gotten that floor plan was Peacekeeper Director Yomi.
The anonymous person who gave Chief Yako the floor plan and pushed him to commit murder was... you! The director of the Peacekeepers! Yumi Hellsmile! You were the mastermind. You were pulling the strings from behind the scenes. You instigated the chief to commit murder!
I never thought someone as empty as me could feel so much emotion. This is the first time in my life I felt this angry.
How did you do it? What did you do to drive the chief to murder? Answer me!
I'm not telling you anything, idiot.
Huh?
So what if you figured it out? Who cares? It's too late now, you pathetic ingrates. Everyone died just as I planned. Now no one can stand in my way. No one can lay a hand on me. You should be grateful. I'm cleaning up this city.
What did you say?
Master, I hate to admit it, but Yomi's right. We can't do anything to him here.
Why not?
He manipulated Fuzzhead from behind the scenes, but he wasn't the one who murdered the doctor. This mystery labyrinth is for the murder of Dr. Huesca. You can't punish Yomi.
Then what can we do? He has to pay for what he did!
We can't do anything! That's why I'm freaking out too!
So, exposing the truth would be pointless? Then why have we been seeking it all this time?
The truth is meaningless. I'm in charge in Kanai Ward. I have to laugh. Who could have guessed things would go so well? Yako Furio was a pain in the ass. The only reason I kept him alive is for this moment. He didn't even realize I was manipulating him into killing the doctor for me. How stupid can you be?
Yeah, there is.
You'll pay for this!
Master, time's up. The mystery labyrinth is about to be destroyed.
It kind of there's kind of a thing with a character like Yomi and a character like Yuma. Yomi's cape is spotless, and the other cape. Why can I not? I think it's the Yomi and Yuma that's throwing me off. Yuma is dark and tattered, and it kind of speaks to, you see this a lot. Yomi doesn't want to show any stains on his cape. He wants his white coat to be spotless. In other words, he wants to hide everything that he goes through. He doesn't want there to be a mark on his record. Whereas Yuma's cape shows tatter and wear, and because he doesn't care who has seen what he's been through. There's a few characters I can think of that are like this. One is actually in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. The same character, actually. Before and after a brainwashing. Before the brainwashing, he wears a dark coat. After the brainwashing, he wears a white spotless coat. Another one is the duality, and speaking of, that's what doggies do. There's the duality in coats between the detective and the criminal in Phantom Ghost Trick. Even though it's not a white coat and a dark cloak, it's a white coat and a stained outfit, an artist's outfit. It's very similar to that. So you see this kind of duality quite a bit. Anyway, time to go.
If only we had found out what he was up to sooner, we might have been able to stop him. Still, I should be able to bring this memory back into the real world. I'll remember this confession. I'm not sure if it'll help, but I'll interrogate him once we return to the real world.
Is that why you carry the
It
box
doesn't
cutter
matter.
and syringe?
I'll cover it all up. You're all nothing but scum beneath my feet. I'm untouchable. And now, I'm gonna dispose of you like the trash you are!
Damn it!
Hey, hurry up! Execute these scumbags immediately! Criminals have no rights!
You will pay for this!
What's with that look? Are you seriously going to defy me? Well, I don't care. You're all going to die now.
This is real bad, Master! He's serious!
Wait. Director Yomi Hellsmile. We know all about your secret dealings with Dr. Weska.
What? Did you say something? Maybe I'll kill the loudest one of you first. If you have something to say, go ahead. I can't hear you. Come on, who wants to be the first to die?
Damn it!
Forget it. I guess I'll just kill both of you at the same time.
This guy isn't listening to a thing we say! If he was the real culprit, I'd boot kill him!
It's all going exactly how he wants. Solving the case didn't help anything.
Goodbye. Hope you enjoy the worst nightmare of your life as you die.
The only one who will be having nightmares is you.
You! I thought you went back to the surface! What are you doing here?
Well, Yomi, there's something I want you to see. What do you think of this?
How did you get that?
Most of the secret deals you've been making over the years are listed here. Looks like someone's been cooking the books. You conspired with Dr. Weska and leaked Amaterasu's technology to other national enterprises. And with the money you obtained, you bribed the right people to control this city.
Lies! You made that all up! Hey! I don't care if he is the CEO. Arrest this masked freak! We can't let this outsider barge in here and take control of this city! Capture him, execute him, chop his head off, crush his skull! What's wrong? Why are you just standing there? If you're scared, then I'll offer a bounty! Whoever kills him gets 100 million Shin! Why won't you obey me? He's using false information to tear the Peacekeepers apart! You want that? You'll all be out of a job! Kanai Ward is better off without people like him! This city's fallen into ruin ever since he showed up! Now follow my orders! This city doesn't belong to him. It belongs to me, the great Yomi!
I'm sorry, Director Yomi. This city doesn't belong to anyone.
You... Martina, you're alive?
Makoto stopped the execution order you issued. I am here today thanks to him.
Martina is right. Kanai Ward belongs to everyone who lives here. It doesn't belong to you!
Shinigami?
Probably best to stay quiet and watch for now.
So, you're on that freak's side now? I won't stand for this. You're a member of the Peacekeepers! I won't allow such insubordination!
Director Yomi, there's something I'd like to say to you. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to consult with a lawyer.
What?
Your reign is over, Yomi Hellsmile. Now, everyone, arrest the offending suspect. Please, do not be too rough. Even criminals have rights.
Damn it. Damn you! Mark my words, you masked bastard! Yomi Hellsmile will be back! And when I am, I'll kill you! I'll rip you to pieces for taking everything from me! You're all dead! I'll kill every last one of you!
As we discussed before, upon receiving his punishment, I hereby resign from my role in the Peacekeepers.
You don't have to.
I must. This is my way of taking responsibility as his accomplice. Well, Chief Executive Makoto, I hope you will see to the rest.
Sorry for causing so much trouble. That should settle things for now.
What's going on?
While the Peacekeepers had their hands full with the lab incident, I snuck into Yomi's room and looked around. And there, I found this file. It's all thanks to you.
Don't tell me. You meant to bring us here to be a decoy from the start?
It was all just a series of coincidences.
Looks like I wasn't able to die once again. Well, at least things worked out.
That was really dangerous. I thought you were done for, Master.
Makoto
Oop.
I'm sorry about what happened to Chief Yako.
What did he say? Oh, there we go.
Makoto showing up really saved us. Though it seems like he was using me and the others.
I'm sorry about what happened to Chief Yako. With Yomi gone, there's a change in the winds of Kanai Ward. Even through the endless downpour, I will rebuild this city from the ground up. Because I love this city more than anyone else.
I see.
By the way, how did your investigation at the secret lab go? Did you find what you were looking for? You know, the so-called immortal monster, the homunculus.
No, I didn't find anything.
Maybe homunculi are just rumors. But let me know if you'd still like help in your search. If it's within my power, I'll permit you detectives to search anywhere in Kanai Ward.
Thanks.
Well, I need to get going. You should return to your friends. I'm sure they're worried about you.
Plus, you need to tell everyone what happened to Fuzzhead.
Oh, one more thing. I have a gift for you, my friend. To express my gratitude.
A gift?
Kanai Ward will be reborn, thanks to you.
I haven't done anything.
No, that's not true. Please, accept the gift. We're friends, aren't we? Oh, but don't open it yet. It's a bit of a surprise.
Sure. Okay.
See you later.
Look, he is back!
Are you alright? We saw a bunch of peacekeepers heading that way.
Well, how did the investigation go?
The case is closed.
Closed? Really?
I see. I'm relieved to hear that. Now the Chief can rest without any regrets.
Rest? Wait. Do you mean the Chief? Wait, you're joking, right?
He passed away quite a while ago. I was hoping he would live until Yuma and the others returned, but there was nothing we could do.
A while ago? Then that means he was dead before the Mystery Labyrinth. No, it can't be. Chief Yako, please, tell me you're only sleeping. I will turn back time now, so please, open your eyes!
Stop it! There's no need to keep pestering the Chief.
But...
I wish I could do something too! He's dead! As a detective, you should understand that. Don't sob like a baby. I want to cry too, but...
Was he already dead? Or was it due to the Mystery Labyrinth? We'll never know.
I think I'll head home now. My business here is done.
So cold-hearted. As usual. He's like an emotionless robot.
Vivia. We should head back too. With the Chief, of course.
Master, how long are you gonna let this get you down? I know you're shocked that Buzzhead was the culprit. But you and I solved it together, so shouldn't we be celebrating?
Solved it? Yes, we did learn the truth. But it didn't resolve anything. What's the point of solving something if it doesn't save anyone? In the end, we still don't know why the chief did it. How could you even consider it solved?
I understand why you're upset. Alright, I'll leave you alone for now. Yuma? I thought you'd be here.
Alright, what are you doing here?
Kurumi.
Hey! I just promised I'd give him some alone time!
Are you sure you should be walking around alone at this hour?
I heard about Chief Yako. Hey, Yuma. Did we make a mistake? If we didn't try to find that secret lab, maybe Chief Yako would still be alive.
I don't know if what we did was right or wrong. But either way, I think it would have ended like this eventually.
I'm glad to see that you've returned safely.
Thank you.
To tell the truth, while you were at the lab, I looked into Chief Yako's past a bit.
Huh?
I was just curious. Do you remember that talk on the submarine?
To me, this town is my life. My bitter past, my fun memories, they're all right here. I just wanted to protect the happiness I found within arm's reach. But it wasn't easy. It was too much for me to handle on my own. And as a result, I lost everything. I was an empty shell until you all came along.
In short, the chief lost his wife 4 years ago. She was a researcher at Amaterasu's lab.
The chief's wife was an Amaterasu researcher?
On top of that, his wife's death was declared an accident. But there seems to be more to the story. At the time, the lab's head researcher was suspected of leaking technological information. It was the chief's wife that blew the whistle. If what she said was true, he would have been removed. But on the day before the commission came to investigate, an experiment went wrong and exploded, killing her.
It's obvious that someone was trying to silence her.
Yeah, Chief Yako probably suspected that too. He was conducting his own investigation. In the end, I don't know what conclusion he reached.
So that's who the chief wanted to protect most. It's what he meant when he said he lost everything.
Remember how Yasuhiko noted that the chief seemed uncharacteristically upbeat and optimistic when he came to the lab? He was probably happy that he was finally going to be able to take his revenge.
And the person his wife accused was... Weska.
Dr. Weska.
Do you know who that is?
No, it doesn't ring a bell. It's getting late. Let's head back to the detective agency. The chief's
and see his
final
wife again.
words. I think they were actually meant for himself.
Yeah, the truth is cruel. Never in history has the truth been known to be kind. But you know what? Turning your eyes away from the truth and living a lie is harsh too. In the end, you can never look away from the truth. As long as you live, you must face that pain. So really, what's the point of worrying so much about it? When you're lost, believe in your own heart. That way, even if things end up all wrong, at least you can stand proud.
But I think he was wrong. Because everyone is mourning you, Chief. Chief, I've made up my mind. No matter how cruel it may be, I will expose the truth hidden in this city.
Hey, did you come up with this dish yourself? I've never had anything so tasty.
Thank you. Cooking is all I'm really good at, after all.
Are you hungry? Can I make you something at the agency?
Well, I guess I haven't eaten in a while.
What? This flatty is gonna mix something dangerous into your food. I suggest you stay far away. All right. What should I make? I need to cheer you up.
The mining district has been desolate since production output decreased. There was once playhouses, movie theaters, and the like, but as population fell, so too did they.
I'll go on ahead and make something in the kitchen.
She seems rather considerate. She's a nice girl.
Yeah.
I wish you'd be more considerate to me.
Always to you, isn't it?
Yuma, does light shine into your world now that you've obtained the truth?
I don't know. It's like you said. I feel as though the world's ended. I tried so hard to find the truth. Should I not have done that?
You should ask yourself that tomorrow. The you of tomorrow will have an answer for the you of today.
As usual, I'm not quite sure what you mean, Vivia.
It means tired brain is spicy brain.
What's that?
It was hidden in the drawer of the chief's desk. It seems like a letter from Anonymous.
Anonymous? You mean Yomi?
Of course, he didn't know Anonymous was Yomi. This letter mentioned the truth behind his wife's death 4 years ago.
The truth?
It describes how Dr. Weska conspired to murder her. The facts were laid out, cold and calculated. I wonder, how did the chief feel when he read it? It's not hard to imagine him burning with a desire for revenge against Dr. Weska. By the way, this letter arrived right after I was dispatched to Kanai Ward. In other words, the motive and means were both in the chief's hands.
So the letter was the trigger.
Pretty sure that's the letter
In my
we saw
ghost
in chapter
form,
1.
I've seen the chief staring at this letter in secret many times. Back then, I didn't know what he was reading. But I know the chief was thinking about it constantly. Perhaps the map of the lab was sent together with this letter.
If so, then it was a total setup.
I'm sure the chief deeply regretted using her fortes as part of his crime. Or maybe that's just the truth I seek. Maybe it's nothing more than wishful thinking.
You might be right. I think the chief wavered back and forth the whole time.
Yeah, I agree.
Some people think Vivia is cold-hearted, but I think he cared deeply for the chief. He really did admire him.
Well, I think he's terrible at showing it. He needs to work on his facial expressions at the very least.
By the way, Yuma. Yomi definitely was the mastermind who worked in the shadows to put this together. With that aside, there's one more person I'm curious about.
You mean Makoto Kagutsuchi? I know. Do you think it was a coincidence he brought me to the lab today? Or... Oh, the phone.
It's a call from the WDO. We should go back inside.
Amazing physique. Number 1 of the WDO may look wizened, but beneath his robe is a muscle-bound body comparable to that of a youth. It's littered in scars following encounters with a variety of criminals. Invention detective. A master detective whose forte allows for on-the-spot assembly of inventions useful for an investigation. The detective is not summoned to Kanai Ward. They actually sent that with the... That's actually included with the collector's edition.
Who could have suspected that a proud detective of the WDO would commit murder?
He doesn't know anything.
I don't know if they're still on sale, but the collector's edition came with a platform Shinigami plushie, a small one at least.
If only the World Detective Organization had sent support to Kanai Ward sooner.
Stop it. There's no point in saying that now.
I can hear you. Enough idle talk. Focus. The only thing a detective must do is solve cases. Concentrate on solving mysteries. Emotions will only shackle you as a detective. Emotions must be discarded to reach a perfect solution through a perfect deduction. I know you're suffering from the loss of your chief, but the investigation must continue. Until Kanai Ward's ultimate secret is revealed, the great global mystery will never be solved. These are heavy responsibilities. It demands your complete attention.
In that case, please tell us, what is the great global mystery? Many master detectives have already been killed. Keeping us in the dark could lead to more deaths. Like what happened to our chief.
Very well. The great global mystery is a mass kidnapping case.
Huh? Kidnapping?
Yes, countless people from around the world have been kidnapped and taken to Kanai Ward. We are searching for the heinous criminal responsible.
Heinous criminal? Lots of people have been taken to Kanai Ward?
But where could they gather that many people in this city?
Well, I have an idea.
Huh? Seriously?
Halara seems to know something. You'd better go have a chat, Master.
Always fun to talk to Halara.
The restricted area. They could gather all the kidnapped people there.
You're right. That would be the perfect place to hide them.
I was planning on discussing it later, but there is some new information about that place. It appears that the restricted area does in fact have a corpse disposal facility.
However, there are lots of rumors about the restricted area. For example, they even say it's a corpse disposal facility where bodies from Kanai Ward are dumped off. What? That rumor was true?
In Kanai Ward, corpses rot easily due to the humidity from the rain, so they are quick to retrieve bodies. The corpses are then loaded onto trucks and transported to the restricted area for disposal. But that process is managed by a department with a handful of people working directly for Amaterasu's CEO. On top of that, they are only involved in transportation. They aren't aware of what happens afterwards. How the bodies are buried and who buries them is a mystery.
All of this secrecy around the burials. It's suspiciously cautious.
The CEO is that Makoto guy, right? Does he have something to do with the corpse burials?
But how is the global kidnapping case related to a corpse disposal facility?
I know! They are forcing the kidnapped people to bury the bodies!
I doubt it. Why bother kidnapping just for that?
Anyway, there's definitely something happening in the city. Something sinister.
We just don't know what it is.
While we're at it, perhaps I should share the information I've obtained as well.
Huh? You got something too?
That anemic vampire knows something. I sure wish we'd gotten the whole story right away.
How many people am I gonna talk to?
I don't know if it has anything to do with what's going on here.
Oh, interesting.
But while I was using spectral projection to search for the secret lab, I kept hearing about a strange rumor in town. There's a taboo among Kanai Ward's residents. Something they must never discuss in front of outsiders.
Taboo?
He's probably the only one who could have learned that. I doubt anyone would mention it in front of detectives.
So what was it about?
The Blank Week Mystery.
The Blank Week Mystery?
Unfortunately, all I know is its name, and that it's taboo to mention it in Kanai Ward.
Huh? That's it? I don't get it.
Well, it does sound ominous.
Kind of like the
Maybe it
Blank
has something
Century
to do with
from
the
One
mass
Piece?
kidnapping and the restricted area.
Or the
All
Void
we
Century?
have to go on is the term.
The Blank Week Mystery is taboo in Kanai Ward.
Talk to the cute
I
girl.
wonder if Kurumi has heard about it. I should ask her after this meeting with number 1.
She's an informant who may be hiding information. If that's true, we'll have to torture the info out of her.
The Great Global Mystery, the Restricted Area, the Blank Week Mystery, and a heinous criminal pursued by the WDO. After coming this far, we're still discovering more mysteries. How are they all connected? What is going on in Kanai Ward?
A lot of death, really.
Detectives, listen closely. If this case is ignored, then more people shall end up becoming the victims of this criminal. The only ones who can stop it, the only ones are us detectives. The World Detective Organization will never overlook a mystery. Any and all truths must be exposed, understand? We are aiming, as always, for a perfect solution. And as long as I'm involved in this investigation, I will be the one to guide us toward finding that perfect solution. Our moment of truth is finally at hand. Go forth, proud detectives. Eliminate all mystery!
What? What's going on?
What was that flash?
Number 1, I heard an explosion. What's that? Another branch. A news flash. Alright, give me the video feed.
We bring you breaking news. The WDO headquarters has been struck by a terrorist bombing. Here's live footage from the scene. You can see the fierce fire consuming it. For those of you just tuning in...
Terror attack?
Hold on. The World Detective Organization? No way. Impossible.
What is this? What is happening? Master, this is... What is this? I must rewind.
It's gas! Everyone, hold your breath.
I wanna die someday.
Hey, Master! Master!
Cui bono. Chapter 4, The Imperfect Insider, comes to an end. If you're not familiar with that term, it's Latin for who benefits, which is commonly asked in detective cases. Deduction, double S. Judgment, double S. RDMS. Stamina, C, because I died. Final S. I did get an S at least. Yeah, I had a game over at the very end, so I get a C for that. And with that, we're going to call it an episode for YouTube here. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, I appreciate it. If you enjoyed what you saw, let me know. Give me a like, send me comments. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. What time is it? Yeah, well, we're definitely going to keep going, Twitch. I am considering that it's getting close to 9 o'clock, and I kind of wanted to see the ball drop. So I need to keep an eye on that.